Okay, this is a quick touch on how to analyze sequence to get from SAF. This is what the documents will look like. You open that folder. You need Finish TV to read the folder, so make sure you download that. It is free. Okay, first we need to trouble off the ambiguous bases on the ends of the sequences. Pretty easy, just trim off anything that's not a nice clean peak. Yeah, you can see this all looks good. There's not any ways, no misread bases. You just have the 4 base pairs, nothing else. If you have misreads, you can either change them to ends, but yeah, there shouldn't be more than, let's say, 5 or 6 within the sequence. You can see here it gets kind of dodgy again, so just delete all of that because you can't use that. And now you need to export this into a FASTA format so GenBank can read it. So you go File, Export, Export DNA FASTA sequence, and you just save it as is. Okay, once it's been saved, you can open it in a text file. This is what it looks like. You can see that's our sequence. So you just copy paste it into GenBank's BLAST. So you choose a nucleotide BLAST, obviously, because these are nucleotide sequences. Paste it in and BLAST. You can search by type sequences, but I recommend just a general BLAST. Yeah. Alright, and these are the closest matches to your sequence. So this is how you build your reference database. So what to compare your sequences to, just kind of choose 2 or 3 of each species idea or of each species that look kind of similar. And these are all going to be kind of from top to bottom the closest to the furthest matches. You should have a sequence cover of around 100%, and any sequence identity of less than 97, 98 is interesting and maybe or probably kind of unique depending on the genus. So yeah, busy building my reference database here, selecting a whole bunch of species to compare to. Once you have that done, you export this also in the FASTA format, and yeah, that should be available in your downloads. Once you've done that, you need to download an outgroup. So yeah, you just go into Google Scholar and type in your genus and just find a relatively recent taxonomic paper that describes a species closest to your species. Here's one I found for the genus I'm looking at, and the outgroup here at the bottom is an Agrossopy species. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to GenBank and just search Agrossopy and the gene region I'm looking at. In this case, it's ITS. Okay, and here a couple of results come up. You just want to go to nucleotide, and yeah, select this one. This is the ITS. Again, go to FASTA format and just copy paste the FASTA format. And yeah, now you go to that big shared file you made of all the closest relatives, and you copy paste in your sequence as well as the outgroups sequence. And this is now your reference database or data set that you use to build your phylogenetic trees. It's a good idea to replace spaces with underscores because most programs can't read spaces, and then kind of when at the end of the sequence or when all informative sequences are done, you just put in a space and that'll remove all the rest of the nonsense. Okay, and now you go to Genius Prime and you drag in your reference data set. You can see this is mine. And the first thing you need to do is make an alignment. So you go right click, multiple align. I like the muscle alignment, it works really well for me, but genus alignment works totally fine too. You can do either or. You just go OK and let the alignment run. Once the alignments run, this is kind of what it would look like. Again, here you have to trim off both ends of the alignment. You kind of want a nice clean block. So if you have overlapping ends, you just kind of trim them off so it makes a nice clean block of sequences on either side. If you have some sequences that are really short, you can just delete them. Just make sure you have other reference sequences for that same species. Alright, once your alignment is a nice clean block, you can build your tree. The Mr. Base tree is a good one to do. You can just copy paste these same parameters as what I have there. To install Mr. Base and Genius Prime, you can just go to plugins, yeah, download the Mr. Bayes plugin. You should be able to get a 1 month free trial for Genius Prime to make these trees. All right, back to Mr. Bayes. You select your outgroup. It should be the outgroup species you do, and these parameters: chain length of around 5 million is good, and then the burn-in length should be around 25%. You can also do a little bit less than that. And that's it. You just run your tree, and that should take a little while to run, but once it's done, this is what it'll look like. You can see all the clades kind of forming nicely together. Make sure to root your outgroup. So you go to your outgroup and you click root, and that just kind of separates it from the rest of your sequences. And yeah, that's it. Now you have a very nice tree. You can see your species all together. This you can just go ahead and export into whatever format you want, PDF, photo, whatever. Yeah, and that's it. That's how to relatively quickly build a tree from sequence to end.